Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Radiant Central, and I'm your host Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So recently I've been asked about dairy products and whether dairy products can be part of a healthy diet or not. Great question. So I thought first I'd start with talking about who shouldn't be eating dairy products and why. So anyone that has an allergy to dairy products obviously should not be eating dairy products. Some people don't know that they have an allergy to it, or they don't even have a full-blown allergy, but they have a sensitivity. And how you'd know if you have any kind of sensitivity with dairy products is you probably notice something going on with your digestive system after having dairy products. You either might have diarrhea or stomach cramps or really bad gas and bloating or even constipation. It could be just something that's sort of setting off your digestive system and making it sort of uneasy in one way or another. That's one indication that you have a sensitivity. Another one being skin issues, either breakouts or itchy skin, things like that. That too can be a reaction to dairy products. Rashes, things like that. In general, I find that if anyone obviously has an allergy or a sensitivity to dairy products, they should do their best to eliminate all dairy products from their diet, even including butter and other things that might contain trace amounts of cream. It's always good to just stay clear of it. I also find too is that anyone that has skin issues in general, whether it's acne or even eczema or psoriasis, they should also stay away from all dairy products, okay? Because a lot of times the two are definitely connected. Most of the times they are. So, and a lot of times people notice that their skin clears up and it's much better once they eliminate all dairy products from their diet, all milk products. Also, someone that has inflammatory issues, so chronic inflammatory issues like arthritis or bursitis or tendinitis, any kind of aches and pains that's chronic, that too I would highly recommend taking a break from all dairy products and seeing how that goes for a few weeks to see if you get better, because for a lot of people, they notice that there is a big connection between the amount of dairy products they're eating and the amount of inflammation they have in their body. Okay, so that too, I would say in general, anyone that's got any kind of sensitivity or allergy, or anyone that's got skin issues or inflammatory issues, chronic inflammatory issues, to stay away from dairy products. Now, what about the rest of the population that doesn't? What about the population that is healthy and vibrant and great and likes to have dairy products here and there? Should they be eliminating it from their diet? Well, I think that you don't need to, if it's not necessary, I don't believe you need to be eliminating it. With anything, I always find it's good to make sure you're not overeating something. You're not eating too much cheese or too much cream or milks, things like that. But if you're having a moderate amount here and there, I don't see a problem. I don't think that anyone that's healthy and digesting things well, that they need to be taking something out. It's only unless you have an issue with it. But I will say that not all dairy products are alike. Not all dairy products are the best of quality. It's really important, if you are eating dairy products, to eat the best quality dairy products available. And that, first of all, would be, I would say, prioritizing that the dairy products you're eating are organic, okay, so that they're not containing antibiotics and hormones and crazy medications that the cow's been injected with. Okay, number one, organic dairy products. Number two, that the cow has been ethically treated and raised, that it's grass-fed, that it's pasture-raised, it's being outdoors, it's not stuck inside of sort of like a feedlot or indoors, okay? But that cow and the animals are well taken care of, and that they're out eating grass, they're natural foods, and they're getting sunlight and fresh air, things like that. Because if the cow's being treated well, then you're getting a much better quality product, okay, and more nutritious product, and you're supporting a better industry, okay. So that I would prioritize. And when it comes down to what you're eating with the dairy products, the one thing that I do strongly recommend is eating a full-fat dairy product. So when it comes down to buying milk or yogurt or any kind of milk product, I'd always go with the full fat. I would never go with the light version, you know, or the skim milk or things like that. Because pretty much one thing about having a full fat milk or dairy product is that it's, first of all, more nutritious, and it's also more satisfying, it's more filling, it's tastier, all of that. I find whenever you're eating like a skim milk product, is that, first of all, it's much, much higher in sugar and much lower, obviously, in fat. And for a lot of people, it loses the taste, and people are not satisfied with it, that they tend to actually overeat it. So my suggestion is always to go with the full fat. And I would also say, too, is try and go more with the local dairy products as opposed to things that are imported or processed, things like that as well. Okay. Now, when it comes down to me and what I eat, well, and do I eat dairy products? Well, I have to first say that I have a sensitivity with dairy products. I pretty much get really bad cystic acne. Even at the age of 39, I still break out whenever I have dairy products, or if I'm having dairy products regularly. So this is something that I personally have to kind of watch and do my best not to have, for the most part. If I have it once in a while, it's not so much of an issue, but if I'm having it regularly, then I get really painful acne, painful, and even at my age, it's still, you know, I used to have the same reaction back in my 20s or when I was a teenager, but I'm still, even in my late 30s, still having that reaction to dairy products. So I don't really eat that much dairy products. Also, too, I live in Southeast Asia where we don't really have many dairy cows here. So we don't really have much milk products available, or fresh milk product, or quality milk products. We do get some imported stuff, but it's very costly. And yeah, so it's not something that's as available as opposed to being perhaps in Europe or North America, where there's all sorts of like artisanal cheese places and small farms raising cows and having milk products available, right? We don't really have that. So in other countries, people also have the choice of having either a raw milk or pasteurized milk, and that too, going back to selecting quality milk products, I would say you'd also want to go with, if you can get a raw milk product, to be going with that as opposed to a pasteurized one. It'll just have much more nutrition in it. Some people also claim that it's much easier to digest. I personally, I don't know. I've never had raw milk products. I don't live in a place where I don't even think it's available here. But I just know from what other people have told me that they do much better having that. So that is something you can try out. But back to my own personal experience, because we don't really have much milk products available, I don't really eat it. I get acne from it, so it's not something I have regularly. I do notice, though, that there's some things that trigger my skin issues more than others. I don't break out from having cheese, but I do break out from having any kind of milk product, like having milk itself or cream, things like that. I also, too, I would say when it comes down to cooking, I do use ghee once in a while and butter. And I would say that that's pretty much where I'm at with the dairy products, would be using either a grass-fed butter or a ghee, also grass-fed. So that, and once in a while maybe even yogurt, but yogurt here is really expensive. So it's like a small pint of Greek yogurt can be up to $10. So it's a lot of money. And especially compared to what else is available, that too, for myself, my budget dictates what I'm buying and what I'm not. So that's where I am with dairy products. I don't feel that unless someone has an issue with it, then I don't feel anyone really needs to be eliminating it from their diet. But I do find that it's one of those things that sometimes some people do better with one kind of dairy product than the other. Sometimes people also do better having perhaps milk products from goats as opposed to cows. So that's something too to experiment with. And I also too would say is that I find in general that people do better when they're having dairy products that are perhaps with vegetables. I find a lot of times, like let's say someone throws in a little bit of cheese into their salad, I find that people digest it much better. They get a good amount of nutrition from it, and it makes their salad more filling. So I find it's one of those things that you're better off when you are having a dairy product to have it with other foods, that it's more of a condiment as opposed to sort of the meal, if that makes sense. Or it's kind of like having a bowl of beautiful berries and having a scoop of yogurt on top, as opposed to a huge bowl of yogurt with just a handful of berries. So how I see it is that if you do want to incorporate dairy products into your diet, it's having it as a condiment, as an added ingredient as opposed to the meal. All right, so yeah, that's my view of dairy products. And I just want to remind everyone too, if anyone wants to join the next 10-day juice fasting program, it starts next week, next Wednesday, April 1st. Great time to do a spring juice fast. It's 10 days. Beginner juice fasters are welcomed and also experienced. It's an online program. It's a group program. There's videos that come with it and guidelines as to what to be drinking every day, and also a forum. So if you want more information and to sign up, you can go to my website at radiantcentral.com, click on juice fasting, and you can sign up there. Have a super fabulous day, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.